Pun. Boom. Poets undermining nations. Poets upending nations. Poetry's unending nausea. Poetry's united noodlers. Poetry's unfettered nobodies. Poetry unlocked numinous. Poets unshaven nostrils. Who's gonna keep poetry pretty? For the corporate city. Who's gonna blurb ya? In reactionary suburbia. Who will find the nerve edge in this verbiage? For this subservient age. Let loose that servant's rage. Cervantes's stowaways. We are. Our flow doesn't go away though. The sun beats down. Our overly warmed rhymes. Sure, we're all watching the war crimes. Check it, we're all complicit. With the powers that be, but shouldn't. That aren't. And the principles we revisit every 4 years. Or 2 or 6 start to feel illicit. Only this breath is elastic enough to get lost. To put poisoned lipstick kisses on the lapel of this banker's hell. Our cankers swell, and we yell. At the oil tanker within. How dare you say, anchor babies? I'll send you rabies, scabies. Wish you pain all the day and all the night. Like the Brothers Davies. Institutions they be craving assurances, but there's no insurance. Except this utterance. They might think they're too big to fail. but we're the ones cool enough to flail. To flutter. To flip. To flee the self. And then back in the bodies. We carried with us a song. We are in the midst of a great rebellion against masters and master narratives and masturbatory institutions. And there's no master plan for the resistance. But it can't be done solely from a digital distance. You need to walk in these souls. Even if you got no hip hop for your flip flops, you might find your flow in tip top shape. If you let your pain work its way through and become bile and become blues, combustible, clarion call. And response to the best of our abilities. No privilege mobility required. Nothing smart about these clones. My breath merely marks a failure, my own, but also that of institutions, of histories bought and sold, of the stories we told about a we that wasn't, because the real we begins in this wordless noise, winding its way through our windpipes. As we wander or wonder what winter looks like from the other shore. 78 degrees here in Florida. Maybe the same in Puerto Rico, where I'm from and where I'm not. Far, far cooler in New York, where I was and where I'll be. Florida. As in this land of Ponce de Leon. And the original Columbuser, CC himself. Corporate liberal organizations, stop Columbusing. Resistance. You have work to do too. But it'll lead you within to come to terms with your own flow, the capital that owns you, the voice you think you own. And sure, I'm complicit with you. I get paid by you. I educate your children. I spread around the privilege. Beginning with all that I have received. But there's a better way. There has to be. The master's tools, the master's house, and all. Dismantling for me now is this mentaling of the voice. This working through its metal. The way it hurts my throat. All the ways that it unsettles me. And it's not private, personal. It's always shareable. It's always participatory because it's anticipatory. It's that shared sensation of pain as it reaches from the groin to the brain. From the soles of the feet to the scalp. How can we sculpt that? Beyond making X or Y culpable. Considering them instead capable allies. As someone once wrote, my great-great-grandmother. Actually, just great. Pretty great. Alemana, feminista, comunista. I'm working my way through her legacy. I'm trying to ask better questions. And what else is there to do but ask questions? Not so much the Socratic method as my erratic madness. Too mindful to be mindless. But basking in the asking. And busking for beauty. In the brisk humidity of the afternoon. You are going to fail. I am going to fail. We are going to fail. We're not too big. The Stoics taught us that, and many others. The planet's gonna fail at some point. Can't plan for it. So why not begin with a politics that acknowledges its own failure? The built-in institutional kind. The humankind fully aware there's no such thing. There's nothing essentially human. And if there isn't, sure ain't kind. But I guess what I have in mind what Vaclav Havel wrote in The Power of the Powerless. I think it was that essay. A better world wouldn't have fossilized institutions, even if they have good intentions or good funding or they're connected. It would come and go, fulfilling a project in the short term, 2 years, 5 years. And unlike, say, startups, they'd be specific. And they'd put the material conditions of the people first. And as much as they could no longer do that, they'd shut down humbly, beautifully, willing to eat dirt because something else would emerge. From the power surge of our voice, from the struggle to be heard over passing traffic. Florida's getting big. Sprawl of the urban and suburban kind, I guess. Beachfront development land grabs of the kind they show in the cable TV housing, reality TV programs I watch. Guilty pleasure. Didn't I say there was no guilt and pleasure? That's a question I'm still working my way through. But don't be mistaken. Florida also ain't too big. Despite how it voted. It's not its birthright to be great. Fuck that privilege. Fuck that heritage. Fuck those oaks. As my voice soaks in the gravelly pain of improvisation's nation. My voice seeks home in this ruination. No such thing. Vacant lot, maybe. Never empty. Full of signifiers. Engineered for meaning. Like our bodies by evolutionary accident. And my phone's about to die. And my manifesto isn't done. Maybe it just begins. Maybe it just burns in the sun. Maybe these are the letters that spell pun.